Greetings from MI's Gifty Services. Live in the set. Heavy bag sway. PowerPoint presentation. Perfect forum. Perfect physique. In this PowerPoint presentation, addressed by MRH, off MRH gives these services while lifting 400 pounds heavy bag swag. We are going to address some particulars that through a PowerPoint presentation you would like to jot down. And have for agency records. We're going to start with the discovery of America, 1492, by Christopher Columbus. To 1992, true freshman year of MRH. Off MRH get the services. The 500-year component of discovering America and then discovering it as a true freshman undefeated. Given the complete, full statistical commentary, being undefeated 28 years straight from the true freshman year. Detroit Lions have not made it to the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl since 91. I took office in 92, the Coach's Award. Through this process and coming of age, the maternity and paternity studies, case studies, showed to be eternal in fact and order. So it is undefeated, 28 years straight, in fact and order through paternity and maternity case orders. So the undefeated that came at the appointed time is, of course, registered through the process of the birthing cycle, which makes it eternal. Getting the 500-year sequence, cycle, life cycle, human existence, America's discovery, 1992. Emerged as a true freshman, undefeated youth to pro, as established as a true freshman. 1492, 1992. The second voyage, 1496. To 1996. MRH 1996. Of course, decided to expel McKinley, Rainier, Highlands, Alpha initially to MRH, Michael R. Henry, in trigonometry. And the answers, or real answers, in Earth to triangles. It is agreed that most mountains, volcanoes that are active are triangles. So from 1496, the second voyage, crusade of Christopher Columbus, all the way to 1996, where MRH went ahead and decided to expel McKinley, Rainier, Highlands as an All-American receiver coming out of Federal Way High School. In that, Knowing then, discovering America non-volcanically, non-pollutionally, and of course, as a nuclear substance, being biohazardous and toxic, discovering America non-biohazardous and non-toxic as an all-American with honors. Supporting, of course, expelling Kinley Rainier Helens through math with his trigonometry, an exact calculation, which is calculus, and of course crossing the millennium plane, 1,000 years, and at the appointed time, addressing the nature and how things are working. Another 500-year span, 1496 to 1996. In our PowerPoint presentation, we addressed this, of course, in the foreign tax bracket of the commons language in terms of the natural foreign ability. So, an analogy process coming from a natural conversation, the precise edification would be considered things of foreign in nature. So, an example. You're talking, you're walking, you're looking at each other eye to eye, and you step in some doggy food. That would be foreign. An example to what not to do, to what not to expect. Or, for instance, you're walking and talking, and an insect lands on you. That would be foreign. An example of language of what you're not looking for. This is just the language type of mechanisms that can process through our natural conversation. And here we call it the dictionary format. For the dictionary, it would actually sound out a word to its full understanding and then give you another spelling of how to pronounce and mean the word. So an in-depth meaning. So from 1496 to 1996, another 500-year span, we addressed it in the foreign tax bracket, part 1. In section B, 500 times 500 would be 250,000. This alternative to determine making $250,000 or more in the foreign tax bracket, estate, palace estate, home, land adjacent, would be the primary concern in the accounting being undefeated also. So, MRH discovers America as all American, far away, balling, wide out, getting it done. Stepping into the honors, produce results and effects. In the PowerPoint presentation, for notes, of course, the applicable matters and guaranteeing the note and payment processable to Michael R. Henry only. Now, we are at, of course, the building stages. Working capital, startup capital, funding, the foundation. America's discovered, 1492. 500 years later, 1992. True freshman year as we stayed undefeated. Now in the programs from that, showing you the process of course, going to 1996 and showing the recompense of the 500 years 92 to 92 and the 500 years to 96 to 96 being processable in the foreign tax bracket. Christopher Columbus was from Spain. His originations were from Genoa, which is now known as Italy. One of the most popular, most historic foundations on earth today. Continuing the building process. Now we just throwing up weights, power clean, tossing 400 round. All that meets the primary components of the actual tax form and tax bracket to solidify, of course, close on deals. As an agency, here at MRH Gifting Services, as a service that is due the renderance of dividends. Foundation of money is recoupable. So we're talking to our people who are willing to make that happen. As they're addressed through power clean, in order and motion, undefeated through the process of paternity and maternity, written, authored, owned, arranged by Michael R. Henry, and due diligence of making sure that we weren't doing too much. What I mean by that is skipping that and maybe just going straight to the lead, balling for 10 years, be a millionaire, sit back and think about this process here would not be edifiable in its nature and consideration. So, we didn't skip it, we got it done, we didn't run from the work. Ready for lead and gameplay right now at any time. Squad now 400. We'll give it to you long distance. Enjoy the sportsman-like. Enjoy the sports woman-like. And, hopefully that beautiful missus can be a part of the process as the applicables start to all come into the PowerPoint presentation. In the aforementioned, now at the 1492 to 1992, the 1496 to the 1996, the 2019, and of course, the 2020s is all accessible. Getting to the next levels. Of course, being accountable, undefeated, and making it happen. And the private condolences of reality and of sanity. Discovering America without pollution. Without the nuclear plague. If you study the volcanoes, they consistently release a toxic form of gas that is unseen to this day. That means just because It erupts when it does and allows you to see how it reacts. After it does that, and it's over, it continues to release a substance that is poisonous and is also toxic. This is why we went ahead and expelled that area in concern through undefeated math, which in turn is the medicine and the applied and applicable science, but in full and part, nature and supernatural consistencies of existing and having interaction with the things you truly need. So through the PowerPoint presentation, when you're done reviewing the notes, understanding the process, the acceleration of mathematics and due process, and the edification of it, being done just doing power cleans, lifting 400 pounds of weight, 4.0 consistency for the evolutionary process, the learning curve. So, as you watch this, you listen, you take notes, and you go back and you review your notes, and you listen to understand the evolutional part of success. How the world is changing and how Earth is changing with it. Having complete coordination, divine consistency, a blessed process. An order of divinity that, of course, does not make your gain suspect. With true admiration. The invocation to impart the will through the Father in order through the process of Mother Earth, holding the reins, consistently gaining the influence to be partakers in the future of what makes up the future. The children, the ideas, the honor, but with truth behind it, having the persuasion to consist with some of your off courses that will put you back on to what this is all about. Duration in time, evolution lucidly showing its established facets, its indirect points of just as much capacity to affect the same amount of Earth's population time and time again for the betterment of humanity. We address it through education because it is credit worthiness. If it was not credit worthiness, it wouldn't be addressed. The artistic foundation has consisted in the participation, the live band set, the string quartet. We address it as pulling some strings. We lift the bag to the strap handle breaks left or right side. But it takes these little notches to pull these strings. But it takes 400 pounds to lift, heave, and hold to rip this 400-pound bag out so we can get into a new bag. Its function starts from the full squatter's position, as you have seen. Hard to go any lower. We're on our toes. We power squat up, head up first. Lunging forward. Perfect. Far out. Perfect physique. The bag twists and turns. 400 pounds twisting and turning. Burning fat, calorie, saturated fat. There no violent substances, corruption, and of course, the distinct bacteria. But consequently, the invocation keeps its hard time inclined enough to have a long distance, 10 movements in one set, 4,000 pounds each rep, analysis in a full power clean, in a full exercise, weightlifting, continually to a commemorative addition and set. So of course, we'll wait for the heavy bag strap to break, get into a new bag, step into a new commemorative addition and set. Those values are persistent to achievement, so we don't overachieve. But we stay set in our destiny and purpose, consistently arranging and positioning the goodness sakes and the goodness sakes and the goodness sakes. But for all goodness sakes, the premier edition is still compulated. It's no longer deranged. It doesn't have the ill-mannered effects of discontentment without order, the dreamer existing to get to this point of perfect aura, perfect physique, and coming up inconsistently, not to the 400 pounds, but to the compromise of getting into motion, standing, ground, and feeling out the position. This orchestration, of course, written off her own range by MRH of MRH Get These Services. The PowerPoint presentation, I'd like to thank you for listening today. You can reach me at starvwe@gmail.com, starvwe@mail.com. Text me 253-304-9461. We live in the sweat room, the gym room, the heavy bag room, getting her done. spring training. Damn! 17 set!